ABC News' Britt Clennett, who is live in Kyiv. So, Britt, this is revenge. Obviously, an angry Vladimir Putin trying to prove a point, and there you are in Kyiv, which since the Russians' humiliating retreat from the north of Ukraine back in the spring, not as much a target, but now is. How are you doing? What's it like there right now?
You know, Terry, it's kind of surreal because although there have been attacks in other parts of the country, in Kyiv, life has been relatively normal. So it was quite a shock. And I think many residents here in Kyiv feel the same way. You know, we woke up to the sound of several loud bangs just after 8 a.m., smoke rising from the city center behind me, then repeated strikes after that. People on the streets clearing out then. Like most people in the city, we went down into the bunker of our hotel. Others took cover in the city's subway. Those first waves of strikes happening during rush hour, Terry, on Monday morning. Hundreds of people commuting to work or, you know, dropping their kids off at school. So that's what makes this so chilling and full of terror, to be honest.
And that's the point, no question. So how much damage did they do? People, like we've heard, 11 killed, dozens injured. What does it look like? What does the effect of these attacks look like there?
That's right, and at least 60 that we know of are dead across the country. Dozens, 6 rather, sorry, dead and dozens injured in Kyiv alone. But, you know, it's important to remember this was a wave of explosions causing death and destruction, not just here in Kyiv, but all across this huge country, from Lviv in the west to Odessa in the south. So again, as you say, this is meant to deliver a strong message.
And Putin is bragging about it. He says he personally ordered these strikes against Ukraine in response to the attack on the bridge over the Kerch Strait into Crimea, that critical bridge that Ian told us about. Putin says in that televised address, no one should have any doubt that Russia's going to defend itself. So what is the Ukrainian government saying? What are they expecting? What are they telling their people now, all of them essentially a target?
Right. Well, you know, it's meant to have economic consequences. It's meant to kind of cripple the country, especially as it gets colder here and the winter months approach. You know, these were attacks not just on infrastructure, though, but also on civilian areas. And there's this idea that, you know, Ukraine is also feeling quite united. The people that we spoke to at the scene of these strikes really wanted to make that point, that this is uniting the country and is only going to make them stronger. You know, Terry, I was at a park before and there was a huge crater in the ground, and you just walk a couple of steps and there's a playground. You know, it's meant to be a place of joy. It's not a strategic target. This was a civilian area, and that's what also makes it so chilling and so heartbreaking.
That is the Russian way of war, as the Chechens and many others can testify to. But I want to, looking ahead now, the Ukrainians have had some significant successes on the battlefield, but they're taking huge losses too. How long do you think the Ukrainian government, the Ukrainian people, can and will continue their fight against what Russia's done? Because Putin's talking about he wants talks.
Talk seems quite elusive at the moment, especially after what's happened today, Terry. You know, the Ukrainians have had momentum on their side, as we've seen in the south and in the east, and they have had morale reasonably high as well, while Russia has suffered these crushing losses. But, you know, Ukraine is asking for more weapons. They want more air defense, more missiles. They want to close the sky, and they will say that the attacks today here in Kyiv prove that they need it. You know, 80 missiles headed towards Ukraine today, and about half of them were intercepted. And Ukraine's defense minister says Russian attacks will not deter Ukrainians from the fight. But let's be clear, this is an escalation. It gets more difficult, Terry, to see a pathway out of this.
Absolutely. And as Russia escalates, Ukraine, as you point out, will be looking to the West for similar weapons or weapons that can defend against that escalation. And that does get more dangerous, no question about it. Britt Clennett, thank you very much. Stay safe there. Appreciate your reporting.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.